Hey, beautiful people of the internet, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully great, and welcome back to another Warframe video. We are of course going to be talking about our boy Xaku, aka the broken frame of Warframe, and I mean that quite literally because that is his origin story. To make things short, at one point Xaku is made up of a whole bunch of broken frames, and on top of that he was then later on resurrected and restored by void energy. In fact, that is what is currently holding him up. And of course, if you guys are big lore heads, let me know down in the comment section which Warframe's origin story do you like the most. Is it Mirage? Is it Rhino? Is it Zephyr? Let me know. I am genuinely curious on what you guys think and what is your favorite frames. Going over his abilities, we've got his first one that enhances all of your equipped weapons with void damage. I'm talking his primary, secondary and melee, which is very good if you want to then go and deal with the acolyte quickly and efficiently as humanly possible. His second ability will steal the enemy's weapons and then use it against them. On top of that, it also provides great crowd control, as the enemies will then be forced to go and use melee attacks instead of going and shooting you. His third ability will be replaced with, or we are replacing with, Terrify. Now at this point you guys should know what it does, as I've used it plenty of times in so many other builds, but hey, I don't mind going and explaining it once again. So Terrify will then make the enemies too scared to go and fight you, therefore they'll go and run away. On top of that crowd control, it also strips the enemy's armor. Finally, his fourth ability, known as Vast Untold, it does a variety of things, but we are mostly interested in the fact that it can go and freeze the timer of Xaku's other abilities, except for Terrify, because that's Necros's move. Now, the way that Vast Untold works, it's its own timer. While Vast Untold's timer is active, it'll then go and freeze your number 1 and number 2 abilities, therefore you can go and keep up that DPS output for as long as humanly possible. And on top of that, Vast Untold allows you to then go and have an increase in movement speed and parkour velocity, and it also does go and stagger the enemies with the shards that do go and shred his own armor. Therefore you can either go and kill the enemies depending on if you armor strip them or not, or if not, you can then go and stagger them, which is once again another great layer of temporal crowd control. For the build, we have invested 3 Forma, 2 Vs and a dash. For the aura, we've decided to then go and add energy siphon, because we are going to be cycling through all of our abilities, especially Terrify. Cunning Drift and overextended for our range. The more range, the more guns. You guys are therefore looking at around 15 guns in one single cast. Fleeting Expertise and Streamline for a better energy economy. Blind Rage and Intensify for power strength. Therefore Terrify can go and strip enemy armor in one single cast. Prime Continuity for duration, so we can freeze our abilities for longer. Energize to remove the strain on our energy, and Molt Efficiency to give us even more duration. For the shards, we are utilizing 4 amber shards, so if you guys do have a 5th one, go and add it. But with only 4 shards, you guys are looking at around 200% additional or energy effectiveness for every energy orb you go and pick. So in other words, I'm just going to use this as reference. Normally without any of these shards, you'll look at around 25 energy per energy orb, but with all 4 of these shards, you will be receiving 75 energy per pickup, which does go and synergize really well with Arcane Energize. Therefore you'll be able to go and remove any form of strain you guys have on your energy at all. And of course, when Energize does proc, you'll be filling up your energy 100%. The secondary is entirely up to you guys. It all depends on what your guys playstyle, but some people do like to go with the Epitaph and just go and prime the enemies with 10 stacks of viral, but I went with the Latin because it is one of my most favorite guns, and I particularly went with a raw damage build, where we prioritize the rate of fire, increased reload, more transmutation charges on headshot, and finally the last skill tree, which will then give us an extra 2000% multiplicative damage on non-critical hits. Now the build focuses on more raw damage, such as your multi-shot, your status, and raw damage in general, so you don't want to go and add any crits, as you will be wasting your time with the very last node, as it will only be utilized on raw damage. Ladies and gentlemen, I do make some pretty awesome Warframe content, so if you guys have enjoyed this video, do leave a like on this video. It will help me out substantially. There will be some other videos on your guys' screen now, so if you guys are interested, go and click on it, as well as some links down at the bottom. Some of them will also be suggested to you guys at the top right, so go ahead and take a look at all of them, or the ones that do interest you guys the most. We do also have a Discord server. There will be a link in the description, and on top of that, if you guys would like to see more Warframe content, do remember to Spartan click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos and streams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mac like a banana and split.